And we're live. Hello, guys. Wait. Hi. Hello, my name is Agne. I'm from Lithuania. It's really far away. I don't know if you know where it is, but I'm from Lithuania and we're gonna be here together with Anna. And we're usually quite a fun duo, so get ready for some fun comments. And we were stuck with Discord video, then some other video, then some other video. So the video today is not working for us. The camera is working for the players perfectly. The video for us was not working today. So yeah, so I hope everything is good. I hope we have everything. We have the boards, we are a bit late to the game, by the way. So we're a bit late to the game, but we're gonna get into that soon. Yes. Why wasn't there any chess? We can't hear Hannah. Oh, you can't hear Hannah. Okay. We have to figure that out ASAP. Oh, yeah, because I muted the desktop audio because I didn't want you to hear what we were talking before starting the stream. So it makes sense that you could not hear her. Now you should be able to hear Hannah perfectly, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, it's all right. I didn't say anything too important anyway. It's all right. We didn't need my audio. I could just sit there and smile. But yes, what I said was welcome into round number 2 for today. Yes, as you can probably tell from the start of this stream, we've had a few technical difficulties, but finally we have mostly worked things out. We have the players cam, which is super awesome because for the last few rounds we weren't able to get that working. So I'm really excited.
For the third round, everything is perfect, almost. My own stream is stuck. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's too bad. I don't know how I can make it work, but it is what it is. Okay, so I think Hannah already started with the chess.
Yes, I'm just starting to put in the moves, so you're welcome to just answer any questions from chat or that sort of thing while I get them sorted. And then we can just talk about what's been happening in the opening and what might happen next. So if chat has any questions, feel free to ask Agne them now.
Okay. Clock should be not stuck right now anymore. Yes, we switched to Chess.com because Chess.com has this classroom thing where both of us can move, do the moves, and where both of us can recap and watch the moves nicely.
Yes, we're doing our best. We're basically just trying to use anything that we can that will let us have this commentary run smoothly. So yeah, we're doing our best right now. Okay.
Yes, literally.
Almost.
Okay, so this was because the game was already quite in progress. They played quite fast opening, and so we switched to Chess.com from the chess because we both can use it and it's easier a bit. And yeah, my own stream is a bit stuck because I'm using this MacBook because we don't have Restream, so we can't stream on our own accounts. So I was using MacBook to capture the screen, but it's not working apparently, and I can't make it work. So I guess, yeah, if anybody's hearing me on my own stream, you can come here to this stream and then be here. Yeah, it's gonna be a combination of everything.
Yes, they have played a lot of moves here, so I'm up to move 10 now, so I'm almost up to date with the moves, and then we can maybe start going through the opening. So can you see when does it show up on your thing when I'm clicking through the moves?
Yeah, I can see everything. Great. Yes.
Awesome.
I can see everything.
Okay, well then we can talk and make arrows. That's great. Okay.
So, I didn't know about the feature. Yeah. So because right now Hannah was doing the moves, what just happened?
Okay, I've taken him back from the start.
Okay, because I thought what just happened.
Okay, so Hans has the white pieces for this round, and we have started off with an Italian opening. So both sides bringing their bishop out to the c file, and then we had castles, knight f6, attacking this e4 pawn, d3 played, reinforcing the pawn, and then black is castling, h3 is played by white here. I guess this stops a piece from ever getting into the g4
I think
square.
this is like pretty
Black
casual, like
queen.
opening here.
Yeah, it's just solid so far. Italian, it can be aggressive sometimes, but a lot of the time it's just going to be very solid. So black is playing d6, opening up the light square bishop.
Yes.
c3, maybe white is going to push d4, and then we have a6 by black. The rook comes to the e-file. Bishop goes back to a7, probably preempting that white wants to play b4. And then we have a4 by white. I'm just flicking through these moves now. Feel free to, comment on anything you're
Yeah, I'm trying to like
thinking.
read up on chat to not get lost in the chat and like everything. So
Oh,
like
yeah,
I'm
for
like
sure.
trying to like get not lost here. How do we know what the
Okay,
commentators' pronouns are? That's the question. Pronounce. It's like pronunciation, like the name. English is not my first language, so sometimes I don't understand what you're
okay,
writing.
chat, you don't, Agne has a talent of always taking like the weirdest message in the chat and making sure she reads it out loud and answering that question.
Yes,
So
yes,
if
yes.
you're planning on asking anything weird, just like
Yeah, just like write in the
try
chat,
and
I will read it like out loud, like definitely, because I will just
she will
not
definitely
understand.
answer this question.
Yeah, because I just will not understand what it means, and then will ask you what it means, and then you will feel like I trolled you because I asked you, and then you will feel like bad yourself for asking us this. So it is what it is.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting with some of the questions that I've seen in Hans's chat for the last few
Oh my
rounds.
god.
Whew. But yeah, this knight is coming to d2. I know usually when I'm playing the Roy Lopez, I want to go knight f1, knight g3, all the way up to f5, so maybe that's a plan. Rook e8, b4,
This
pushing
is
on the
some
queen
nice
side.
game. Yeah.
And then we just have a trade of the bishops. So this is what we have so far. The light square bishops are traded off on e6.
I
So
think this is
what do
like the
you
opening
think?
that they have. This is like the opening, I think right now they're gonna start like thinking. Oh wait, right now, yeah, the opponent is gone a bit for a walk, and right now I think Hans gonna start to think.
Yeah, so what do you think about this opening? How do you feel about the Italian opening?
I don't really play it myself, but I kind of like it. I know that Phoebe played it, I think, a few times. So I was also commentating her game, so she played it a few times. So she played it quite similar, and like the plan is like to like move this knight here somewhere, or here somewhere, like then like open this bishop. Yeah, maybe here. This is like quite nice. I'm not sure about like before pawn. I never do that because it's like too maybe aggressively for me. Like I first maybe like move the knights, like open the bishops, like improve the pieces, and then maybe I push pawns. But this is like, this is not for me to talk like.
Yes, no, I understand. I feel like playing this b4 push, it's always very committal, and that's why like, strong players feel confident to play this, but I would feel
Yes,
nervous playing this because of the
definitely.
c3 pawn, right? Also, like because at some point maybe if black is getting some rook or queen to the c file, at some point they maybe try and push this c5 pawn and then
Yes.
open up the c file and target this pawn in the center. I would feel a little bit scared about it. There's also always these ideas that
About
black can just open
d5, yeah,
everything up with d5. Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, and d5 is
Black wants
d5
to
is
play
always
d5.
something black is considering. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah, if
my
I was
chat
playing
is
this
like
as
my
white,
chat is right now like yelling at me that my stream is frozen. They can hear me, but they can't see me. And I'm sorry, I can't fix it. So you're gonna have to do to deal with what you have, guys. Oh.
okay.
Black wants to play d5.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I think black is definitely wanting to push forward with this d5 pawn at some point. And then that leaves the question for white, are they going to trade off the e4 pawn for the d5 pawn? Or are they going to let black trade and end up with this pawn on e4?
If you
So
trade
yeah,
pawns, then you leave d3 pawn kind of weak. So I don't know about that. Like if you trade,
yeah,
the queen can come in, and then this one is quite weak. You can't push d4 because there's like quite a lot of pieces here. So I would like maybe not trade that, but that's also like I think my opinion. But
yes, absolutely.
oh, we
d5,
have a move.
if d5 is pushed, you really want to make this decision of whether you're going to trade. So here we have queen c2, which kind of prepares maybe if d5 is happening, maybe we could take, because now the queen is keeping an eye on the d3 pawn. but it's not
Or
necessarily meaning that's what's going to happen.
Or maybe he's not gonna take, he's gonna let the black take or like push this pawn and then move this knight out of here and then maybe put the bishop here, rook here, and then maybe push d4 himself. That's also quite a nice idea.
Yeah, definitely. This could just be a way that he's
To
starting
move
to
the
reroute
queen
the
for like
pieces.
d line.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's always a plan maybe to try and reroute the knight. And then when this push comes, you decide whether you're going to take it or not. But yeah, a lot of the time you might just ignore this push.
Yeah.
Let
And not save
black
this
take if they want to. Yeah, let black take on e4 if they want to, and you can just capture back with the pawn. And yeah, you're trying to push d4 yourself, but d4 can't really happen yet because there is too much black defense. So you maybe need to find a way to prepare it if that's what you want to do. Maybe even bishop b2 could be
So
preparing to
there
play
is a
d4.
question in the chat, are these games rated? I think this is a normal question and we can answer that.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Yes, these games are rated. I think they are, right?
Yes, they are rated. They're all rated games, so this will be a really great chance for Hans to gain a lot of rating. I think he's probably gained a lot of rating from the last match with Anish, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay, wait, so we have a new move. Wait, I can't see the board anymore. The chess. Okay, I can see the board anymore. There are so many views open that I'm like now, like my eyes are like going around all like, okay, this is the chat, this is the board that we have, this is the Lichess board, and I don't want anything to get stuck or the view and everything. Okay, we have a new move on the board.
Okay.
Amazing. We have
Let
Queen
me add
d7.
that. Okay, Queen d7 has been played.
Another move so quickly. Rook
Yes.
b1. They're playing so quickly.
Okay.
I don't understand. I need so much time to think, you know? Like, and they're playing like so quickly. Like, this is amazing. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that in all the games, Hans has been playing super fast. In the last game, he still had over an hour on his clock when the game
Over an
ended.
hour?
So
That's a lot.
yeah, he still had over an hour on the clock. So he's been playing really, really fast, whereas his opponent has been getting into a little bit of time trouble. So he was,
okay.
in the last game at least, the opponent was down to about 15 minutes, but still seemed to be managing time quite well. But Hans was playing really, really fast.
Okay. Okay, so I think he wants to push like b5. I think this is like quite obvious. So maybe black can push b5 themselves in this kind of situation to like prevent the opponent from pushing b5, because I think white right now wants to push b5. It looks kind of nice, you know, playing on this queen side right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's a little bit closed up over on the king side, and maybe you're not going to be checkmating black at this point, especially when the light square bishops are traded off. So maybe you want to start trying to push over here, especially when you've already got this pawn on b4.
So what if black pushes right now b5? I don't think we're
what would we do?
trade.
Do we take?
I think we're gonna go back with the rook, because then there's like no more sense to keep the rook here because this is like blocked. But I feel like b5 right now is a good move.
Here.
Or like prevent from pushing b5. Nice. How else can you prevent b5 from happening? Maybe like move the knight, I don't know, somewhere. It doesn't make sense to move it back. E7, maybe.
Yeah, that could be a plan, like knight e7, and then you can think about rerouting it up to g6 and f4. And then also it stops this push on b5 from attacking the knight at least.
Yeah.
So it means that b5 isn't going to come with as much of a hit with it. So this could be a try, maybe rerouting the knight.
Oh, he played b5.
What do we have on the board?
He played b5.
b5 was played.
Nice.
Okay,
I have extrasensic powers, I guess.
Yeah, you can tell the future.
Definitely. And he played it so quickly. Rook a1. I don't know. I think he has some kind of superpowers of thinking this like quickly. What? Okay. He played this
can play
right
very
away.
fast.
Yeah. This is like a really fast move.
Yeah, so now this is nice, because now if black wants to take on a4, we just get a rook on this semi-open file, and this would just be really nice to play with, or even the queen can take
I think with the
we
queen would
could
make
take a
more
queen.
sense. Then it's like
Yeah,
we can exchange queens. This pawn would be weak. It would look nice, but I don't think he's gonna take that. That would be not a
yeah,
good
I think that would
idea.
be a big mistake.
I think he can maybe go on with this plan and push d5, even like right now. More like if d5 is happening right now. Like that's if this is
Oh,
not
yeah.
happened yet, but like what if this would happen? What then? What then? Like you definitely not gonna take this. That's like 100% because
Yeah.
then just everything comes in here and then we're gonna have this weak pawn. So, ooh, wait, this square is gonna be so weak then later on. We can maybe come in here with
The
knight
c5,
later.
yeah.
That would be
Yeah, for
amazing.
sure. Yeah, so d5 could be played. I'm not sure if it's a little too early to play d5 right now, or maybe they want to play it a little bit later, but it's going to happen
It's a
at some point.
possibility.
d5 will happen at some point in the game. Whether it's going to happen on the next move though, that's the question. Like maybe he wants to first deal with something on the queen side. But yeah, maybe d5 is a nice response to this rook a1 move. And yeah, white could trade, but it doesn't look too great. You should probably just ignore it. Yeah.
d5 can happen now, or maybe like first bring the rook into the game and then push d5. That can also be.
Yeah, the rook from the a file. That could be nice. And
So
then
the chat
plan
is
to
saying
just
that
completely open.
Hans just wanted to provoke b5 with this move and then come back. That makes sense. I mean, because he moved here, he got b5 from the opponent, then he moved back. Maybe he wants to trade, have an open line. Then either this pawn is gonna be a bit weak.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was definitely the plan with rook b1. It's either provoking black to push b5 or trying to push b5 yourself. So he's succeeded in one of those ways.
Okay, we have a move,
All right,
and this is like interesting. He went back with the rook. Okay.
Okay.
Why
So what do
move
you
here
think
in the
is the
first
idea
place, and then why move back?
Because he was recapturing the bishop. So there was a trade of the bishops because
Oh
the bishop was on
yeah,
c4.
I forgot a bit. Yes,
And then he
yes,
took on
yes.
an e6. Yeah, so maybe he just felt that this rook wasn't
Doesn't
so
make
well
sense
placed
here.
on e6 anymore. Yeah, so I guess it makes sense. Maybe just put it back to where it was. Maybe he feels like it's better there. It's interesting he didn't try to bring in the other rook and try and double up that, but I
Well,
suppose, yeah.
those pawns are kind of like, you know, stuck here, so they're not gonna move anywhere. So maybe it would be like the point to move this rook here, then push d5, and then maybe double the rooks on this line sometime in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Try
don't
and play
think
down
these
the d
pawns
file
gonna
instead,
move
yeah.
anytime soon. So I don't think there's like, I think he thought like there's no sense of keeping this rook on this line because these pawns are not gonna move anytime soon. Because even after d5, he's not gonna take. So.
Okay. So let's see.
This all seems
Hans is
preparation
thinking
based
now.
on how fast they're playing. Yeah, this might actually be a preparation. I don't know. Like, how many moves people are usually preparing? Because this is only 15 move. So sometimes I feel like people are preparing like around 15, like maybe even like 20 moves, like, or like preparing the idea or something like that. So this can still be a preparation because they're playing really fast. I'm like surprised how fast they're playing.
Yeah, they are playing very fast. I mean, even if it's not direct preparation, you would think that because it's an Italian game, this is a really common opening, right? So they probably know a lot about these positions.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like the plans, because I feel like when you're playing this Italian game or Ruler Pez, usually you know where your pieces want to go. You know you want to play a4, you know you want to try and reroute this knight up to f5, and
Yeah.
usually I think that like the players these strong, they probably know exactly where they want to have their pieces. So it's a matter of deciding, okay, which one do I move first? And they can probably play really quickly, even if it's not actual preparation for this specific match.
I think so too. Now they're taking some time to think a bit. What do you think we're gonna see next? I think now it's the time for the knight f1.
Yeah, I think
Bishop.
any time would be great to start bringing this knight up to f5.
Knight, bishop, like something like that, you know.
But I guess you have to decide, okay, you have to decide as white, am I going to go for the d4 push, or am I going to try and play on the king side and try and bring my knight up to f5? Because this knight might belong on different squares based on what strategy you're going to use. Like, if you're going to try and push for d4 and push in the center as white, then maybe you want to have your knight on b3, not on f1.
But on
So,
b3 it right now doesn't make a lot of sense. Unless black is pushing d5, on b3 the knight doesn't really make a lot of sense.
well,
I
it
feel
helps
like
you push d4, right? In the future. Like, maybe not right now, but like,
I'm not
it
sure
can help you
because then
push
like
d4.
it kind of looks like a strong position like that. Oh, he moved actually. And yeah, he
Okay,
moved knight f1.
knight f1.
So
Yeah, knight f1 makes
so not
sense.
here. Yes, maybe right now, like later on, bishop e3, exchange bishops, knight maybe here, then maybe try to go here, or maybe even like here, exchange bishops, and then try to capture, like, take the d5 square. That would also be nice.
Yeah, for sure. Bishop e3 might happen as well. I think it will happen at some point. Bishop e3, try and trade off these bishops here, for
Yeah,
sure.
I think right
And
now it's
yeah,
gonna be
we're
like after the move. So now maybe d5, because the knight is here, can't go anywhere here. Maybe now he can play d5.
yeah. I think
Trying to
honestly
catch
he
up on
could have
chat.
played it for a lot of these moves. I guess it is up to black to decide when they're going to play it, but maybe it is going to come on this move. Maybe this is the right time to play and push with d5. Now the knight's
Or
going back
rook.
to f1. Yeah, yeah. This
d5
might
or
happen
bring in
right
the
now.
rook. I think like both of the moves are like improving the position. So d5 is like a bit more aggressive. Bringing in the rook is like preparing for d5. So I think d5 is gonna happen anyways.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe he plays this move with the rook first to try and prepare and then push it. I know like a lot of these really strong players, they always they wait until just the right moment to make a pawn break in the position. So maybe they
Yeah,
try and bring all of the pieces into just the right position first and try and make sure that when he makes this push, it is absolutely the right time.
yeah, I noticed that too. That they like wait. They're like trying to improve the position as much as they can, and only then they try to like push some pawns, open the position, or do like something like that.
Yes, yes, for sure. Okay.
Okay, do we have something to catch up on chat? I'm lost on chat, so like just to tell you, chat. I'm sorry, I'm lost a bit at you. I'm like I was watching the position and then watching another position, and then I was trying to read the chat, but there are so many messages. How Hannah you did like in the first stream? Were you like able to catch up on chat and on the position and everything?
I think like the chat was not as busy this morning actually. I think
Ah,
it's a lot more busy right now. So maybe you're making the chat like want to talk more.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. So it, yeah, but I think d5 right now should happen definitely, or rook here. But either one of the moves are like really good. What else? Can you play something else apart from those two moves?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. I was like, is there anything else we can really do in this position as black? Um,
Well, anything
hmm.
else doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like you can move the knight
Yeah,
back to like also prep the square, but there's no need. You can push this as it is.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe
And you
the
might want
rook
to keep
here
this
would
knight
make,
here for now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So yeah, maybe like rook d8 would make sense. Everything else, I think we're gonna see like actually the move pretty soon because they're playing really fast. So I think like this is still not far away into the game. This like 16 move. So I think we're actually gonna see the move like pretty fast.
Yeah, I think so too. It's probably just a matter of Nikita deciding what he wants to play here. But he does actually look quite deep in thought. I'm looking at the player cam, and he doesn't look like he's about to make a move. He's kind of just
Thinking a lot, yeah.
looking as if he is really thinking about what exactly the plan is going to be. Maybe right now, I mean, before you make a push like d5, you probably have to put a lot of thought in it when you're playing at this level. Like,
Yeah, I
is
have to
this
like
exactly
calculate
the right
everything,
time?
every possible situation, every possible position, like what can happen after d5 because it's like opening the position.
Yeah, absolutely. And then maybe he's just deciding, okay, is there anything else I can do first? Is there something better? Are there any threats here? So we might see him think for a while longer. As I
Yeah,
was saying, he does actually use a lot of his time compared to Hans, especially. He really, really likes to
he
use
likes
his
to
time.
think, but
So,
that's a good
yeah.
like mindset, like to figure out the situation first and then do the move. That's I think a good way of doing it. I also like wanted to turn on some music, but I forgot to do that at the beginning. But I can do that now, like really
Yes,
really
I think
quietly.
the only thing is here, Agne, if I'm not sure if you know this already, but they have no added time at move 40. So it is just
I know, I
90
know.
plus
Yes,
30.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. That I
So
know.
that's the only thing with where you have to be a little more careful with using a lot of
With the
time
time,
because you don't get
because you will
any
not get
you don't get
additional.
any extra.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed that. I was watching a little bit at the end, like the first game here today in the morning, and I noticed that, like you said, that there's like no additional time. This is like all they have. So this is like a bit like, you know, this is tricky because I usually like when I'm playing classical, I usually get like down to 20 minutes and then I'm starting to panic. But then I notice, okay, I have like 10 more moves to make and then I get additional 30 minutes. If I would not get that time, ooh, this would be, yeah, a bit trouble then.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to go into time trouble for sure. So yeah, you have to be really mindful of it, but still there is plenty of time on the clock, so he won't get too worried yet, I'm sure.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna see if there's any
Sorry, what a break.
questions in the chat. Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Ooh, they got some tea or some coffee. I don't know what was that, but they got something. I think that was a tea. No, that was a coffee. Definitely coffee. That's like all coffee with
It
water.
looks like an
Nice.
espresso.
Something
Espresso,
to
maybe?
energize.
Like tiny. Yeah.
This is really nice.
Okay, so what are you planning to do here as white? We already talked about maybe we want to go bishop e3 and try and trade off the bishops.
Yeah.
But what is our goal, do you think? Do we want
Bishop
to push
e3 looks
e4 or
nice
then
here. Bishop e3, then bringing the knight. Then I think the idea is like to play on the queen's side somehow. Try
like
to
maybe eventually trade the pawns?
Yeah.
And try and
Yeah.
play down the a file?
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about the same, like maybe like move the bishop out and then trade the pawns, or maybe first double the rooks on a line and then basically like try to play on this side.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice idea. So try and trade this off, trade off the pawns, play down the a file. I think that's a nice idea. Whereas black will be trying to push and play in the center, right? Like bring
Yeah.
all the pieces over to the middle of the board. Okay, do we have a move on?
But I think like
Nope.
the bishop
Still
here,
no.
maybe doubling rooks. Then if he trades, we're gonna trade with knight and maybe exchange. And then I think this should be like okay.
Yeah, I think it looks nice. You know, the good thing about this kind of position, it's not a very scary position for really
yeah.
either side actually. Like
Yeah.
you know, things can get bad obviously if you're not careful, but if you just have some idea of maneuvering your pieces
It's really okay.
slowly but
yeah.
surely, it's usually going to be okay as long as you have a solid plan of where everything wants to go. So it's kind of nice when it's not such a crazy tactical game where every move
but
has to be
tactical
just
games
right.
are so funny to watch. They're like really, really fun, like really nice to watch, you know, like really interesting. Then you can like calculate everything, like what's happening. There are so many like calculations and everything, and like everything is hanging, and that's like so fun to watch. When you like have like positional game as like this is like right now, sometimes it gets like, okay, make a move or like do something, you know, to break the position, like do something interesting. Sometimes tactical games are like more interesting from the watching perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
From playing perspective, yeah, as you said, like they're like really, like you need to think there more. Wait,
Yes,
we have
I agree.
D5.
Oh, I think we just had a move.
Ooh.
D5? Yes, okay. We were expecting this. Yeah, exactly what you're saying, Agne. It is nice when you're playing on the board and you have like a little bit of a positional game to play or something like that. But when you're watching a game or commentating a game, it's always a little bit exciting when they play an aggressive attacking game.
Yeah, when they do something unexpected, when they do like something unexpected, and then they like, I don't know, sacrifice something for like I don't know, like sacrifice something, get a bit better, like worse position, but then they somehow get it like out and then they win this. And that's like what's interesting to watch more. But from the playing perspective, definitely positional games are more nice to play when there is no hanging pieces around.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that fully. And I think that today, both of the games have actually been quite, solid games. Definitely not super aggressive games.
Yes.
I think the game I was commentating this morning, it started off with some really interesting ideas. There were some potential sacrifices, but none of that happened, and then it traded down into a pretty equal endgame. But it was still nice to watch. But I hope that maybe we get something exciting or unexpected happening in this game, like something crazy.
Okay. So what do you think right now he should play? Do you think bishop e3 is still an option here?
Yeah, I think
before.
so. Now, after you play bishop e3, is it ever possible for black to push forward with d4?
I was thinking about that.
I'm starting to wonder. Because firstly, if you're capturing with the c pawn, then this b4 pawn goes under attack. So I'm just wondering how we would respond to this if d4 was played.
So what if instead of bishop e3 he plays bishop d2, defends this pawn, and then after this he can trade? Like he goes here, defend this, here he can trade, but I don't know, like then the knight might come in.
So maybe is it something like if bishop e3 and then d4, do we just go back with the bishop? Do we just go back and then
take? But then this pawn is like a bit, I don't know.
Okay, maybe we'll see.
Right. Maybe instead of here we can go here and then we don't need to go back, because I think d4 is right now like the plan. Knight g3.
Yeah, maybe we can go to bishop d2 first. Yeah, that could be the plan. Yeah, I just wonder what is the response, because I just want to see, I want to put it on the board. What happens if d4 is played? Like what should we play? Oh,
after
it's not
d4?
letting me put. Okay,
it shows staking.
Oh, so it says you should take. Okay, this looks kind of crazy.
So this is not scary then, I guess.
Is the knight getting trapped? Why is this not scary though? I'm scared of that a little bit.
Wait. We don't see something. There's something like queen d2.
Queen d2. Oh, it's okay. Is the knight getting trapped?
What if you go
knight c6?
back? Oh, you
knight
just retake this pawn maybe?
You take? No, d5. Oh, this is getting crazy though. Okay. So knight d4.
I still have some questions. So what? You just like get the center. That's like worth the pawn? That's why it gives like plus almost 2?
Yeah, I'm trying to work out exactly why it's so good in the end. Okay, so the knight is going to go to d4, right? Then after takes. It's probably just that white has this really strong pawns in the center, right?
Yeah.
White has a strong pawn in the
maybe
center,
like
so
it's about
after
the
all
center.
of this is trade. Yeah, and b5, the b5 pawn is super weak. Maybe we can also target c7 or something like that as well.
Wait, maybe chat's saying something about this.
Oh, we're gonna go rook e c1 also. We're going to target c7, I think, as well. But yeah, maybe chat can contribute.
b5 super weak. White has connected center. We trade the pawn. Bishop e3 includes so many trades after d4. You're not down a pawn. But he just took this pawn. Oh, we took this pawn.
Yeah, it's really complicated.
I was like, okay, wait. I thought like we were down the pawn, but we're not down the pawn because we took this pawn.
Yeah,
so that was my like, I somehow forgot that we took this pawn. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then you're like, what? We're down a pawn, but somehow we're
That was like, what is happening? But we're not down a pawn because I actually took on d4, and then he took here, went back, and then like we just pushed the pawn, and we just have like a nice center, and that's it.
Yeah, nice center, and I think also it really helps that we're going to start attacking down c file. b5 will be under attack. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. Now, I did just want to see like why why after bishop e3 and d4 that would not be a problem for white, because I just wanted to see what was going to happen after we took. And it's
so
really
that's
interesting, you
not
can just
actually a
allow
problem.
them to take complete.
So yeah, so he can like push, like the idea is that he takes here, and then basically we take, and I think he takes,
we take with the bishop maybe.
And he takes, and basically this would be like what we would have. This pawn is hanging, but I don't think we're gonna take that.
Maybe we take with the bishop first. It takes, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
Sorry.
After knight takes,
I think he still would take, and I think we still would exchange everything. So still be like, I think we still would get like this.
Okay.
So I think this might happen if he plays bishop e3, but I don't know if he's gonna play bishop e3.
I think bishop e3 is always a move here in this position, so it's something he would be thinking about, but it's something you have to calculate all of this, right?
Yeah.
You have to make a lot of calculations. So it might be something that you don't want to play because you have to calculate so much. You might want to just play something that you know is an okay move, like bishop d2 instead.
Bishop d2 I think would be a safer version a bit. Like just move the bishop out of the way so we could like double the rooks, open this line, and then that would be I think like a bit safer version. We would not like exchange everything, at least. If everything trades, I think it will be another draw. So yeah, so chat saying that if everything's gonna trade, they think that it's gonna be another draw. So that might be true actually. That might be true.
Okay, apparently he was looking like he was about to play a move and then he didn't. Oh, okay, he's playing something. His bishop e3 I think is played. I believe he moved the bishop 3 squares.
Sorry,
but
this is the evil bar on the left side, not on the right. On the right there is no evil bar. This is the evil bar. So chat was asking about the evil bar. So yeah. Okay.
Okay. I think he played bishop e3, unless my eyesight deceives me, but it might be wrong. The board is not showing. I was looking at the camera. Yeah, but I see something on the camera. It might be a little bit delayed. Okay.
Oh yeah, he played something because no wait. Yeah, he played something because he wrote the moves and everything. So evil bar. Yes, this is evil bar. He shows how evil the game is.
Okay.
So maybe so we have the board stuck, but I think he played this.
I think so too.
Do you see what move is on the board?
I was trying to count the squares, how many squares he moved the bishop. But alright, if I zoom in, I'm pretty sure he played bishop e3. I'm pretty sure. I won't bet my life on it, but I think bishop e3 is on the board, which could be really exciting because there's some, as we were looking at, there's some interesting lines that can happen after this. Alright, do you have a move coming in to the live board?
He played this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, he did. Great.
So before it, now we just calculated it. So what if he trades? I think we're just taking with the knight, right?
Yeah. Taking with the knight makes sense. We've moved it to f1. Might as well take it up to e3. Yeah.
Knight g3 was much better. I don't know about knight g3 before. Go here.
Yeah, knight g3. I mean,
it was okay.
It was also good. I think they were both good. Maybe knight g3 was better, but I think both of these moves, there's nothing wrong with them, and there's nothing particularly that much.
Yeah, I think this is not bad.
Them, seems.
I think this is not bad. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna go real quickly to the bathroom, but you have everything I think that you need, right?
Yes, I think so. Okay, hopefully nothing dies.
Nothing breaks, because I have like the control of today's stream, so I hope nothing breaks. Well, I'll be right back.
Okay, see you soon. All right, hello chat. Let's continue to analyze. Sorry about all the technical difficulties today, but I hope you guys are still enjoying the commentary today. We already looked at this move d4, so I'm pretty happy with how we analyzed this d4 move, and I think it was interesting, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be played over the board. I'm wondering what the other options really are for black here. Thank you, EBK. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome to everyone who is watching on YouTube and on Twitch chat. It is great to have all of you guys here. Thank you so much for watching. It is currently 2 a.m. my time, so if my commentary is a little bit terrible, then I'm gonna blame it on that. I won't blame it on myself. I'll blame it on the fact that it's 2 a.m. here. So Yes, it is very, very late in Australia right now. Yes, yes, that is possible. There's still the idea of rook to d8, which I think mustn't be a bad move. But I would be thinking then white can capture down on a7, and then we would have to take back with the knight. So rook a to d8 after captures and captures. I'm not sure if I want this knight back on a7. So if I'm going to play rook to d8, I want to capture on e3 first. So I think we just had a move come through on the live board. We did have captures. Okay, so they did trade. So I think that something that's way more likely to see is takes, and then the rook comes to d8, and we no longer have to, you know, go and take back with this knight. So let's put bishop takes c3 on the board. Now rook can take, and knight can take as well, but I think it makes more sense to take with the knight. Oh, thank you, whatever. So I think it makes more sense to take with the knight. Maybe we still have this idea of getting it up on f5 at some point. Rook takes seems a little bit weird, especially after something like d4 can happen, and then the rook just has to awkwardly move back. See, if knight takes c3 and then d4 is played, then we just go straight for knight f5. On the other hand, if you capture with the rook and then d4 is played, then you have to awkwardly move this rook back. Maybe the pawn can take on c3, and then suddenly you're having a little bit of problem defending all of these pawns here. So I think that the knight will capture. I think the knight will capture for sure. Let's see, we just had a move on the board, and yes, Hans does not play the unexpected. He captures with the knight. Okay, this is looking pretty nice. Again, we've had something where the position is relatively simplified quite early in the game. While there is still some interesting stuff that could happen, it's definitely not going to be too crazy of a game. It's not looking like. We just have the two knights versus the two knights, and let's see if either can play for the win. Okay, so yes, knight takes e3 is played. Capturing this pawn on e4 basically is going to remove any of the imbalances in the position. You're just going to result with completely symmetrical pawns, like if you have takes and takes. Yeah, I think there's not too much to play for as black. Maybe there's even more to play for as white. Like now you can start at least trying to bring this rook over to d1. Like for example, if rook a d8, we play rook d1, attack the queen, make it leave from d file. And I think this looks pretty nice for white, although I don't really see how white is winning this. So I think if there's a trade of pawns there, it does look like a logical move, but I hear a move being played and it's not a capture, and we have rook a to d8, which is what we expected. So now black is bringing all the ammunition over to the d file, and maybe at some point they will trade off. But maybe after a few moves. I think that black wants to prepare it a little bit first before taking on e4. Yeah, I think once these pawns are traded, it will be really difficult for either side to win, because you can't really play for too many breaks in the position. Like maybe black still has ideas of f5 maybe at some point, but really not anything looking like too crazy anymore. So let's see what will happen. Another draw. I thought Hans didn't play for a draw. Sometimes it's more about whether your opponent plays for a draw, right? You can't really stop your opponent from playing for a draw. If they're playing moves that are looking towards a draw, and your only response is either to go down into that draw or play something really bad, well, sometimes you just have to play what's going to lead to a draw, which is not ideal. Yes, the d3 pawn is weak. The d3 pawn is weak, but it's not too much of a problem right now, because the only way to really open up for black is to get rid of the d3 pawn. So I don't see a big way that black can actually target the d3 pawn and create some troubles for white, because yeah, if you ever take here, I'm going to take back, and then I have no d4 pawn to struggle with anymore. And yeah, maybe white will try and bring a rook over to the d file. I think the e rook, because this rook probably wants to stay on the a file, just in case if in future he wants to open up the a file and start trying to bring all the pieces over to this side. So if a rook goes over here, it's probably going to be the e rook.
Welcome back.
Hello, welcome back, Agne.
I'm back. Okay. Oh, okay. We have a bishop trade, and then we have rook d8.
Yeah, so we kind of predicted this, right? We were talking about this a little bit before.
we were talking
Yeah.
a bit about this. So this was like quite okay. This is quite nice, the situation that they have, but this is like such a positional game. I mean, if none of them gonna do something like really drastic, or like something attacking, I think this might be a draw. Like it looks drawish. Like I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I was actually just talking about that, funnily enough, because I feel like no, I think it's funny because people start to look at this position and be like, this is starting to look more like a draw as these moves are happening.
Yeah.
I would say it's becoming more and more difficult for white to really play for a win, or for black to really play for a win either. I don't really see either side winning this at some point. I mean, it's comfortable for white, so there's no problems for white, no problems for Hans, but I don't really see where a win would be. But sometimes wins come out of nowhere.
Yeah, so like right now, so I think the black's idea is like to play through the center, and white's idea can be like play through this line somehow. But I don't know, to be honest. This pawn is like not movable. I don't think he's gonna move this pawn at all, because it's like quite nice restricting the knight on coming like anywhere here. So I think this is...
Yes,
I think this is like quite okay. So I don't know, like what's the plan right now? Like, are we doubling rooks here? Are we like going with the rook here? What if he takes, we take? Then this doesn't look nice. Like, okay, after taking queen d3 doesn't really look nice. I think that could be trouble. So I think this is like even like forced move. Like either go here or like trade this.
Well, probably the e rook, right? Because we want to keep the a rook on the a file, I think.
Yeah, because like if he trades right now and then queen d3 and then two pawns are hanging basically.
Yeah. So we don't really want to allow that. Yeah, that's a good point. Queen d3 does look like a difficult threat to deal with. So I think that maybe we take this rook over to d1 because we wanted to keep this rook over here, right? So maybe you could bring this rook over also. This could also be an option. So maybe this is the right
this
move.
rook is like as you're saying, like this rook is better because these pawns are not going anywhere. So I think this maybe rook is better because then we can like still keep this rook here for an open a line in the future, and then this rook would be here. So in case he takes there is no queen d3, because that would be like that would be not really good.
Yeah. So d3.
Sorry.
The d3 square is a big problem. So I think it will be nice to put a rook over here. What other moves would you think about in this position?
Right now, like the main like threat that we have is basically taking and queen d3. So I actually don't know. I think like this is like one of like either taking like this pawn here. I don't want to take ourselves because then I think this would be quite a weak pawn. So I think like if he takes, that's a bit better for us. So either like taking this, but I still think he should play rook here. I think he should play.
Yeah, I think moving the rook to the d file makes the most sense to try and solve the problems of the position. Like after a takes b5, I mean you haven't really fixed anything. You've just traded off the pawns and the problems are still the same. So I think
this like would be like a waiting move. But he still has to play here, I think. Knight f5.
Knight f5 is possible. Knight f5 is possible because now e4 will not be hanging. Like after knight f5 takes queen d3, e4 will be defended by the rook. But yeah, it looks a little bit crazy. I don't think we're going to see knight f5.
Knight f5 it just looks a bit like where is it gonna go later on this knight? That's what I'm a bit thinking about. Because like if we trade, I don't know if he trades like in the future. Maybe in the future c4 could happen and this knight could be here like to support it. That's just like some speculations. But from here, where this knight can go?
Yeah, I think like the knight is always good on f5, like just because it's a good it's just a good square. Like it doesn't need to go anywhere. f5 is the final destination. I feel like in a lot of these positions f5 is where you want to end up and you don't want to go anywhere from that. but I think that it's a little bit risky to put this. I mean, maybe not so risky, but there is always a chance after the trade with the e-pawn that you'd be scared that you lose your outpost at some point with this e4 pawn being a little bit weak. So I'd be a little bit worried to lose my outpost, and then this knight on f5 is left a little bit lonely. So maybe I think you're right. Maybe it's better to just stay where it is, and then later it can decide if it wants to maybe
later
go c4 instead.
Yeah. Later on, we can like figure out what black is gonna do with this pawn. Is he gonna take? Is he gonna push? Because that also, I think he can also push this pawn. Like, he does not necessarily need to take it. He can also push it.
Yes, d4 is still possible. That's something that we need to remember. It's possible in every position. So, but at d4 now we go knight f5. That's when we play knight f5. Like, they're provoking us to do it, and we're going to play this now. And then the pawn on d3 will reinforce the pawn on e4, so the outpost is going to be stronger, right?
Knight f5.
Yeah. So and then if they take on c3,
definitely.
Yeah.
But like d4, wait, now it's our turn. Wait. So so like, for example, like if he goes like, I don't know, rook here, and then he decides to go d4, can he do that?
So wait, rook where? It's not showing the arrows on my board.
Rook here.
Okay.
You see?
So, yep, I see now.
Like, for example, he goes here, then what about d4? Is it like good?
I think you can play this.
Knight f5?
Yeah, knight f5. And then if you take on c3, I can take back with the queen. And the knight on c6 is under attack, so...
True.
Yeah, I think this would just be nice for white.
And also this rook is a good idea here because it also defends the free pawn. So we don't have a problem with the free square.
Yeah, exactly. So we're never going to have this problem.
So I think this is the move. Like, rook d1, I think this is like the move right now.
Yeah. I guess we will see if it actually happens on the board. I feel like often I, spend this time analyzing, and then when they play a move, they play something I haven't even looked at whatsoever. I'm like, where did this move come from? And it's like better than anything that I've looked at. But yeah.
Definitely, that happened to me like so many times where you're like figuring out the situation, trying to see how you would play this, and then this is like, oh, okay, what just happened?
Yes. Yeah, classical chess, it's like there's so many more moves than you can ever expect. So somebody asked what I would do as black. I think as black, I don't think I would be pushing d4. I think maybe trying to push d4, I feel like it's too ambitious maybe, like trying to push forward here.
But
I think maybe you're happy with just maybe trading. Well, okay, after rookie d1, maybe you don't want to trade actually. So what will black want to do?
Like, right now it's like everything seems okay, so he has to do something. Maybe not take the pawn, but like, okay, so this line is where black wants to play. Maybe bring in the rook, but then
or maybe,
knight f5
maybe
would work.
now is where we start knight e7, g6, f4, something like that. Maybe. Or is it too early to try this? Is there a problem with knight e7? I just want to see. Oh, that just hangs a pawn. Okay, I'm too tired. Okay, we need to defend the pawn first, and then maybe we can play knight e7. Okay.
Yeah, but
I want to play
this
but I
would not work
because
if he tries to bring like the rook here, then we just simply play knight f5. That also doesn't really work. So I think he has to like kind of do something with the pawns, either take or push.
Yeah, maybe he has to capture. Yeah.
But I kind of like capturing.
Yeah, I think this like maybe after the okay, maybe you have to take, and then this looks okay for black.
But then in the future also we kind of could have the 5 square with the knight, like if the knight moves away. We could try to put our knight here. That would be like, now maybe exchange these. Oh, this would be interesting if he takes this. This would be really interesting. I'm interested in what he's gonna do. Wait, I think the timer is again frozen. I'm sorry. When I'm like turning off the chessboard, it's like the timer gets frozen on stream. Ooh,
Oh yeah. That happens. Oh, we have it. Do we
two.
have something
Wait.
captures?
I think.
Oh, we had a takes b5. A takes b5
Okay.
was played.
Yeah. So this was
Okay.
the move, and maybe now rook. I think he has to play this because otherwise taking, and then queen d3. That's not nice. I would not like to get that for as white.
So
pieces.
he trades this pawn, and then maybe we now see this rook coming out. Okay, yeah. So this was one of the moves that we talked about, but we didn't think it was going to happen. So this was a little bit of a surprise, but I think it still looks perfectly okay for Hans. So I think that's good.
Question: does Nikita have a hair clip or something? And I'm trying to understand. I think that's just like a
He has
bun.
a man bun, right?
Yeah, I think that's a bun. I don't think that's a clip. I think that's like with the hair tie, just like a bun on head. I think that's true. I'm like trying to look up closely how that looks like. Yeah, I can't tell too, but I'm just like thinking like that.
Yeah, I think it is a hair tie also. I think it's just like a hair tie holding in the bun. It's like a half up, half down style. It does look a bit like a hair clip.
It does look. Yeah, because it looks like a bit darker. So yeah. Okay, so now I think it's the way to push rook on d1.
Yeah, I don't see really what else we can play here because as you were saying that queen d3 feels like a problem, so we need to do something about this.
I think anything else that we're doing okay, what about knight now? I think it's the same situation that we have had before.
Yeah, after takes queen d3, you have to move the queen somewhere, right? You have to move the queen away.
Queen d3 is not nice.
Yeah, I still don't like this. It says it's completely fine for white.
I don't understand how it's completely fine. What about this pawn? Oh wait, the rook is coming in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the rook is coming in, and now the knight on f5 means that at least this is defended for now. But knight takes e4 is actually possible in this line, though. You can actually grab this pawn. Knight takes e4 is possible. This is crazy. You can go. Okay, wait. I want to show you this. And then white can play rook e3, and then knight d2. And then after takes, there's takes.
We take the queen.
On b3. Yeah, so this is like a crazy line.
Or
I don't think,
But
go ahead.
Doesn't it look nice for black pieces? I mean, it looks nice for black pieces. Doesn't, I think, necessarily look nice for white pieces. So I don't know if he's gonna play knight f5. Knight f5, like this queen d3, I don't think he should allow it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also. I think.
Oh wait, he played. What?
Oh, he played a move.
But with the other rook.
Okay,
I
think
not
this is
like
also
this
fine.
rook on open line, so he played here. Okay.
Yeah, I think now that the pawns have been traded off, he wants to bring this rook in.
But you could have left this rook here. This rook here is not doing a lot.
Yeah, I thought so too. But I guess he's got his reasons for.
Yeah, maybe
why
he has a different plan than we have.
Sure. Yeah, I think so too. I guess in his mind, this rook is not necessary on a1. But then I would be thinking, okay, maybe now at some point black has a plan to try and put their rook on a8, right, and try and attack down here. I mean, it might not lead to anything, but I would just be a little bit sad maybe to give up the a5.
What about d4 right now as black pieces? What would you think about d4?
I think we still have, I think maybe the same response with knight f5, right? Because d4 is always possible, but I think we can just go knight f5.
What about knight f5? What if exchanges?
Oh,
there's nothing bad?
Okay. Takes, queen takes.
Oh, it's actually better for us a bit.
Yeah, it's weird though. Like the pawn on b4 does not look good.
Yeah.
Oh yes, if anybody is wondering, Agne will be commentating the entire game, but I will likely be leaving at some point during the game because it's 2:30 a.m. here. So
for her, it's pretty late. So I'm like actually surprised that she stayed this long, which is super nice.
Well, no, I'm happy to be here with you commentating. I mean, you'll do a great job when I go, but
Thank you.
but it's nice to join you.
Seems like another draw. Yeah. Well, it seems interesting here. Like, d4 right now seems quite okay, I think, for black pieces. If we go knight here...
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe they don't have necessarily to take. There's some weird, like, g6.
Yeah, g6 is a suggestion, and I want to see why g6.
You can't take
Why
that,
not knight
I
h6?
think. Or
Knight
like,
h6. Oh, knight h6, king g7,
come
knight
back.
g4, and then black.
and then exchange, you would take him the queen. So knight back. And then, like, move the queen away somewhere. And I think the white has a weakness on d3.
Yeah, now
So I
this
don't know
actually
if
looks
this
really
is a
nice
draw.
for black. Yeah, that's for sure. I think that if this happened, yeah, so maybe d4 is actually more of a problem than I thought. So I thought you could just go knight f5 and it was going to be fine, but g6 was something I didn't see. So g6,
So
it
what
looks
else
like it
can we
hangs the
do?
pawn, but okay,
Take the
what can
pawn?
you do instead of knight f5? It takes, and again, there's this thing with knight b4, right? But knight b4, I mean, this is something you always have to calculate. There's always this idea. You can go, okay, queen c5, but knight a6.
It's like, what is happening here? Why not just rook here?
E5 is maybe hanging there.
But
If rook a8 and knight takes e5.
but the rook is like, wait, what am I not seeing?
Or just
yes,
d takes
yes,
d5.
yes. Yes, okay. So
But yeah, this is super. I'm not sure how I feel about this though.
so if they take like
Okay.
this pawn, not this. This is not hanging, then I guess we're like exchanging.
You can trade.
But then we
But
have,
then c7 is hanging.
I don't know.
C7 is hanging. b4 is hanging. Everything is hanging.
Everything is
okay,
hanging
this
here.
But then,
But
like,
this is
black
weak
is going to have this
pawn.
pass b pawn. Yeah.
They always
Is it
have to
like- is it
defend
a
it.
weak
So
pawn
this
or-
is, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if this would be a draw if they would play like that.
Yeah, this looks really crazy. Okay, so if d4 is played, there might be a little bit of trouble, to be honest, because it's hard to find a line after d4 that looks convincing to me, at least to me, from my
same.
super grandmaster level. In my perspective, after d4, well, knight f5, g6. This is the problem with knight f5 because I want to play knight f5 there, but g6, okay. And taking also looks scary. So I think both don't look so great for white, in my opinion. So I would start to worry.
Yeah, nothing looks really good. But that's like the only two good moves that Chesko mentioned in suggesting. Like either this or this. I just like checked, and everything else is like minus like 0.30, minus 0.80, minus 0.1, minus 1.20.
Yeah, because otherwise
it's like not good. Everything else is not really
yeah, because
good. So
all you can do is
or
take or move the knight. Yeah, because anywhere else the knight is moving just seems really dumb, right?
Weird.
Like you don't want to put the knight anywhere else. So you have to do something about this immediately, and you have to choose the right thing. But the good thing about this position, okay, even if you're not so happy with it, you can work out the best move probably by, you know, what's the word? Process of
So
elimination.
what would you play? Would you take the pawn or would you go knight f5?
Honestly, I think if I was playing this in a game, I would probably play knight f5. I know
so
knight
too.
f5 is the worst move out of the two, but I think I would struggle
I don't
to
know if it's like actually the
calculate
worst
the lines
one.
after.
I kind of also like this
takes
a
d4.
bit more. Then like, what if we just like, I don't know, taking this? Is it really that bad?
Well, yeah, you go knight g4 and they win the pawn back on g4, or you can play queen c1, but that looks
queen c1.
Queen c1 to defend
Then
the knight,
maybe
but
rook
that
here?
looks silly.
Oh, this is like
Yeah.
some calculation moments. That looks a bit bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks a bit bad. So maybe like
Yeah, I
not
don't like that.
taking here, but like going back. But then it's also like you went just back, takes, and these pawns are not
Maybe I
looking
prefer
really
this-
secure.
Yeah, but maybe I prefer this to the lines with c takes d4 somehow.
With the
somehow.
with the other that we had. The
Yeah,
other would
like-
be like here, here, exchange everything, and then this queen just comes in here. But then we
Yeah,
kind of
so
have
that's
two connected pawns. I don't know. Everything looks not good. Like positionally looking, this does not look good after d4. There is no good solution after this.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm sure that Hans is definitely surviving any of those positions because he's a really strong player, of course.
I mean,
but
yeah.
I don't think he's playing for a win in any of those positions. That's for sure. You're not really looking to win there.
These
You're
pawns
just looking
don't look good, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the problem
Okay,
with
so
knight
this
f5? Okay, so what is the problem with knight f5 here and here? It's not really like huge big of a problem, but then you have like those two kind of weak pawns, because like you always have to defend this like with the rook. This is also like weak, it doesn't have like any support, and then black has kind of a nice structure here, you know, with the pawns. So I would like to play here more for black pieces.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it is looking nice for black. The queen and the rooks seem to be working well together.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think also this like b5 pawn, yes, it looks weak, but I think the b5...
he didn't play this.
Oh, what did he play?
He played something different. Wait, sorry.
Oh, he played queen e6. Okay, wait.
Queen
e6 was
e6.
played. I think this prepares knight e7.
Do you think
prepares
this
knight
is
e7.
missed opportunity, like, to play d4?
I think d4 would have been interesting, that's for sure.
Maybe he was scared to calculate that much. Like, maybe he was scared that he's gonna, like, go low on time a lot, and, like, there's a lot of to calculate here. So maybe he was a bit, like, scared on that front to play d4 instead of here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, okay, if you have the option to choose something where, okay, you have two moves and you think the moves are both okay, and one you have to calculate a bunch of unclear lines where you don't know if you're winning, and the other one you sort of know pretty much everything in this, well, not pretty much everything, but you don't have to calculate all these super deep lines in. Sometimes you just go for the one, okay, it's simpler, I can't be making a mistake here. Queen e6, it prepares knight to e7, because before I wanted to play knight e7, but my e5 pawn is hanging.
The pawn. Yeah.
So
right now it like
e6,
prepares this,
yeah.
or also maybe he wants to double the rooks on d line.
Yeah, that's also something. Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
I think that we like will see like maybe d4 a bit like later, but like not yet. I think they're gonna like prep everything, and then he's gonna push d4.
Yeah,
I think that's how they're playing.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of maneuvering that leads up to the final big break in the position. That's for sure. Usually when I'm watching these games, so many preparing moves. Okay.
So yeah, so what right now he can play? As we're not taking this pawn, we like agreed on that already, and this rook is not here anymore, so we can't double there. But this rook doesn't make sense on e line. It's not doing anything here. So maybe like, I don't know, bring in this rook here somehow. Somehow like this.
Yeah, rookie too. Okay. Do we have time for this? Is this possible?
Like, I think
I don't know if this is too slow. Like, okay, if rookie 2, what if... I'm just worried that at any time, black can kind of open the position, and maybe if we have a rook on e2, maybe it's going to suffer. But maybe it is fine. I guess everything is
But maybe it's
on the
quite like,
range.
okay, like if we play rook e2, if he like, I don't know, takes, for example, like takes our rook, we take with the queen, and then we have rook d2 in some future.
Yeah, that's... Okay, this is a nice idea. Okay.
But I don't think he's like gonna do that, but just like in case like if he opens a position, we have rook d2 to like support our rook. So I think that's kind of like interesting idea. I don't know, Chescom is not like suggesting this idea. He doesn't, I don't know if he likes that, but that's like
okay, it's definitely not bad. Yeah.
Wait, what? He went back with the rook.
Oh, he went back. Okay, you know what? I was thinking. Okay, that's interesting. That is really interesting. I wonder why he goes rook d1.
Why he went back? That doesn't make sense.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so when...
Like, Okay, like he moved the queen out. Okay, I understand there's no more like queen d3 threat. I think he saw like this queen d3 threat and then he was like, okay, this can't happen. Or maybe he right now realized that this rook belongs on this line and then this rook belongs on this line.
Yeah, maybe he's just decided, okay, now this a rook has moved over to d8. It's moved away from the a file. This queen
but
is also
now I feel like he just wasted the tempo.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's maybe not, but I think that thankfully in a position like this, when it's all maneuvering, you can waste a tempo, and it's actually not the worst thing in the world.
Yes.
But yeah,
right it's like
it doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it. But I guess the idea was just that, okay, now everything is, some of the pressure has been taken away from the d file. I'll just bring my rook back over to a1 because it was serving a purpose over there, and now it's not so important to keep it on the d file anymore.
Okay. Yeah, but this is like, I feel like right now the knight can just go like simply to e7 without any problems, and he just like a bit wasted the tempo like this.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder if but I think the good thing is that the rook is really nice on the a file. So even though it's maybe wasted a bit of time, it's a good place for the rook. So I don't think there's a big problem by it. You know, at some point maybe we see a double up on the.
Wait, he played, or what's happening? Oh no, wait.
I don't think so. But I was thinking maybe at some point we just see the rooks come to the a file and double up over here. Not to a7 of course, but
I was thinking that like at the beginning. Like right now it's like really nice, like rook a6, just like a really nice move. If he's not moving the knight, if he's not like moving the rook here, like rook a6 is like a really nice strat right now. So I feel like he kind of like has to play the rook a8 or like knight e7. He kind of has to like move this knight away out of here, like not let this happen.
Yeah, rook a6 is a threat. I'm wondering if it's totally working.
So what about knight e7 right now? Can you wait? This one is quite cool. Can you go here? What is the engine suggesting? c6. Okay, that's quite interesting.
Yeah,
but like at any time they can open, like the black can open the center at any time. This is a bit. I don't like this a bit. Like.
Yeah, I guess it's the risk that you take with this move. I mean, it's going for something like an imbalance in the position where Hans will control the a file, but as a result, maybe at some point black is going to open the d file and have some uncontested control of the d file, which is always a little bit scary.
Rooks on d file right now.
Yeah, but I guess we'll work out which is better. Is it better to have this a file, or is it better to have this d file? I think that honestly, it's
tricky.
Nice. Yeah, it is tricky.
And what are the knights are doing? Because the knights are not doing anything right now in the game. They're like both
knight
don't
g6
have a place yet.
Or are you talking about the white knights or the black knights?
About both. Like, this knight's gonna go like wait, what? He went back. What? They're repeating the moves right now. Is he gonna go back, or is he gonna like realize that he made a bit of a mistake and he has to go with a different rook?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's going to repeat.
I mean, the black repeated. So what are like they're not low on time or anything. They can think. Why they're repeating moves? I don't understand this GM playing thing that they have. Why do
I think sometimes it's like a psychological move. Like I'm just going to go back here. Do you dare repeat? And then you kind of maybe hope by repeating that your opponent thinks, okay, I'm going to try and play for the win. They play something different, but it's not the best.
It's not a good move.
If you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah. So like maybe sometimes it's the idea.
Oh yeah, my coach also said like a few times for me that like you can like repeat some time moves on the board, and you might get like a different perspective, and then you might see something that you have not seen before. Ooh, so that's also maybe like nice the case what they like doing. I don't know. This is like applies when you don't know what to do. So maybe they have no idea what they're doing right now.
Yeah, it would be funny if that was the way. If like super GMs also had no clue what they were doing. So somehow I wonder like what is the point in chess where you realize what you're doing? Because I think that
There's
we
no
still
point.
both like,
When you realize what
what
you're
are we
doing,
doing?
quit chess. Definitely.
It's
No,
never.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, but my coach like gave me that like advice some time ago that like if you're like really really stuck, repeat a few moves and then maybe you figure out what to do.
Okay.
But I'm interested
So,
what
yeah,
he's gonna
and
do right now.
sometimes-
I don't think he's gonna repeat. I think, but like this is right now like the same threat. Takes, queen d3. This is not nice. So we kind of have to like prevent this from happening. So maybe like now he realized that he has to go with a different rook and leave that rook alone.
This could definitely happen. I think that maybe Hans' opponent is just going, okay, well, you've moved the rook back away, so I'm going to put my queen back here. I'm going to create this threat of queen d3 again, and what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to make the same move again, or are you going to try something different? So I think that probably it's still a nice way to play. I don't think that repeating always means that they're aiming for a draw. It might just mean that they're like going, okay, well, objectively, I should move my queen back to this square, and then once you get to 2 repetitions, then that's probably when you really go, okay.
But right now it seems like he's
I
thinking a lot. So right now it seems at least like from his like pose that he's thinking quite a lot. So maybe he doesn't want to like do that. So maybe he's like gonna go with a different.
Yeah, wait, I just saw like how Hans was leaning over the board. It was, yeah.
Or maybe he's gonna go like with different rook. Or maybe they actually gonna just like repeat the moves and they're gonna like, okay, draw, let's go, like cheers, like let's go celebrate. I don't know. But there might be like anything, you know.
Yeah, it could happen.
No,
For some reason, I don't think it will.
But
yeah, they do have 2 games in it.
Yeah, so maybe they're like a bit tired and they're like, okay, like let's just like do a draw, like let's repeat the moves and let's just do draw. I think that actually like might happen, but maybe like not yet because he's actually like quite thinking hard. So maybe he's gonna like just like move a different rook. That would be like a really good idea here.
I don't think it would benefit Hans to repeat, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't think that he wants to. So yeah, maybe he brings the other rook, and then we see if the queen goes back to e6 or something like that. But yeah, I think this is interesting. Now Hans looks very
focused.
Very focused.
He's like, yes, oh my god, do I repeat? Do I not? What do I do? Do I make a draw? Do I not? Is it worth fighting? Evaluating the situation. I feel like this is like what's going through his head. Like, what do I do? What do I do? How do I make this work? And they had like the morning game, and right now they have a second game. So that's like quite hard to play this many games.
Yeah, and Hans does have the lead in the points at the moment. So, you know, say they are to draw for the rest of the games. It's not a bad result. It's not a bad result for Hans. Like, he's still having the lead in the tournament. But I think it feels very early to repeat. Like, we're only in move 20.
Do you see what the TV is doing on their camera? Oh wait, now it's okay. The TV was like flashing like a disco. It was like turning on and off. I don't know what was happening with that TV, but it was like flashing like a disco. It was like turning on and off. And I'm looking at their like video because I'm trying to figure out what they want to like do. Did you want to draw or not? And TV is like dancing. TV is in the dancing mood. It was. Oh,
that
see,
was
right now it does the same. Right now it does the same.
Oh yeah, I saw this. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, we have a TV disco thing. My headphones are dying a bit. Let me switch. I'm like charging one headphone and then switching to another because I forgot to charge them. So, but I can hear you perfectly with one ear. Like perfect. Okay, so right now like either rook here or they gonna repeat a bit.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be one of these moves.
Well, there's no other way, I think. There's also like suggestion like the third line to go here, rook c1.
Rook c1 just looks.
But I don't know. After like trading, letting the queen in.
I mean, if rook c1 is played, I quit. I don't.
You
think
quit?
I quit the commentary. I will.
Oh,
That's maybe my excuse to go to bed. No.
You can go if you want to. Like definitely.
I might. Okay, I will see what happens in the next few moves, and then
Yes,
like,
yes, yes. Because it's like really late for your time, so that's like really, really cool. Really, really okay.
because if they're just going to repeat, then
I think it's gonna be like a short game, and then
I can stay here
yeah.
for the rest. Yeah, but if it looks like it's going to be a long end game, then maybe I'll try and get
Yes,
some sleep.
have a nice sleep before tomorrow morning. Because
Maybe
Hannah is also
quickly
gonna
I
do
will
tomorrow
get some
morning
water.
commentary.
Yes, that's true. And
Well-
then you guys will get rid of me. Like you don't have to deal with me anymore after this. After tomorrow,
Get rid of you.
no more Hannahs. Yeah, I will
Hannah is
finally
done
be
with
gone.
you guys. Hannah is done with you.
No. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some water.
Okay, no problem. Finally, we found a way to get rid of Hannah. Yeah, like get rid of Hannah. She's gonna go to sleep pretty soon, I think. Because for her, it's like now like 2 a.m. or it's like 2:30 a.m. It's pretty late because the time zones are pretty crazy. I said he, and then I like immediately stopped and like corrected myself, and then I said she. I said one time on Phoebe also he, but then I corrected myself and then I said she. So what do you guys think? Is he gonna repeat the moves or not? Like, will we gonna see like some moves to repeating, or will we see this rook going here? This is actually pretty interesting. Do you think they're gonna like agree on the draw, or do you think they're gonna play repeat? You think they're gonna repeat? Like maybe like one more time, but then I think they're gonna continue playing. Yeah, Hannah's sleeping schedule is still European sleeping schedule. Unless he spent another 30 minutes here. Huh. Hannah, leave. In Europe right now it's, like in Lithuania right now it's 7:40 p.m. So it's evening, but it's like okay evening. Where they playing, there's like 2 hours earlier, so for them it's right now 5:40. For Hannah it's right now 2:30 a.m. So for her it's right now like night. So yeah, you think they'll play? I think they're gonna play too. I mean, this is like really not. Oh, nice! You played with different rook. Well, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign because this rook was not good here, and this rook is good here because it doesn't make sense on this line. So this rook is good here. So he played this. And right now, I like this move. So what about now? Because now we have an open line. Now we have this like figured out. Yeah, for Hannah, it's really late. So yeah, this one makes sense because like before here, it was a bit of a threat here, and then queen d3. So we don't want to give up that square. So this really makes sense here. So now. Yeah, and they have like this time where they have like until the end of the game. They will not get any more after 40 moves, which is like, okay. Welcome back.
Hello, I am here.
So he played with a different rook. So I think he does not want to draw.
Oh, okay, they had a move.
Yes.
Okay.
So he played like now like the move that we talked about before this rook coming here. So we talked about this, that it doesn't like make sense on E-line, and this is like good. So he played this right now. And we talked before about d4 happening. So I don't know if d4 is still an option here, to be honest. Because I feel like this pawn's... No, wait, no. Wait. Why d4 is not an option?
Always an option.
It was an option. It's not anymore somehow. For some reason, it's not an option anymore.
Well, you can take... Apparently, you can take on h6 this time, which is strange.
You can take?
I wonder what is different. Yeah. A knight h6, king g7, c takes d4. Oh,
what?
Wait, there's a crazy... What is this? What is a crazy move?
What?
Even crazier, there was also rook a6. But this is like...
No,
I feel like this is never going to happen.
I feel like this is never gonna happen. Like, alright. I don't think that d4 is gonna happen actually right now.
Yeah, I mean... I think it could, but somehow I feel like it won't. It just feels too tactical for the, for the theme of the rest of the game. The rest of the game has been so positional maneuvering. I just wonder if d4 will happen. But there's some really crazy lines there that I was looking at. So if there is a lot of time before one of the next moves, like if d4 goes on the board, I think there's some really interesting lines to look at. So
well, d4 might happen, but I think like maybe first he's gonna play queen e6 back. I feel like he's gonna play queen e6 back and then like tries to double these rooks here and then maybe play d4. But in the meantime, wait, but after queen e6, can't we play rook a6 here?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking actually, after queen e6, because I was wondering if he will play queen e6, because rook a6.
Yeah.
Is rook a6 something we have to worry about?
Like after this, I think like this is a nice idea. Oh, well, wait, then there's like this.
Oh, rook d6.
I did not see this. But this looks really interesting.
Yeah, this does look interesting. Wait, so what? Okay, I might be really stupid here, but after rook d6, what if knight f5? Just attacking the rook. Oh, knight takes b4. Okay.
There's
right.
It's weird and interesting at the same time. Tactics.
And okay, I totally missed that was the threat.
No, I missed that too. So you're not alone. So I missed that too. But oh wait, where's my music? I said something is missing, and I'm like not hearing the tutti vibe. Okay, so now the opponent is thinking, but I don't know if we're gonna see queen e6. There's like also some idea like maybe to bring in the rook here, but it's also like we can control d6 square by putting the knight on f5. So we can like control the square. So I don't know right now. Maybe rook a8 even? Try to take the lines back?
Yeah, that was something I was also thinking about. Rook a8. And what do you do here? I guess you just have to like wait here as white. You don't want to trade. And then allow this.
Yes.
So yeah, I think rook a8 is possible, but maybe it won't be played because black is trying to bring all their pieces to the d file. Like maybe he's trying this queen e6 move again, and okay, rook d6 seems to defend it well. So maybe queen e6 could just happen again.
Maybe
they
here.
Sort of repeat, but not really, because after rook d6 there's actually no problems. There's no knight f5. So this is possible, but it looks really strange. Look at
so
all
what
these
are we
pieces
doing now? Bringing the rook here? This is also not good for us.
Double up.
What?
Oh yeah, and then d4 comes.
Okay. Yeah, this is not.
Yeah, because knight b4 is more of a problem after this. Maybe getting the attack on the rook, because d4 is going to be more a problem because we can't really capture and allow knight b4 after rook d6, because then they're threatening to just take on a6, right?
So maybe we should not play rook a6. This line is hard. Yeah, I think so too, that this line is a bit hard. Like, I don't know right now.
Yeah.
Like, after this, like what we're playing here? Ah no, then there's d4. So what are we doing? There? But then, isn't there the same thing? What am I, blind? Now, am I blind?
No, you're not at all. What is the difference?
I don't know. Wait, I thought I had it figured out. Now I don't. What the... I'm not cursing,
okay,
but
so
what is
d4,
happening?
I mean,
Why?
I guess at d4 we just move. We just move the knight. But the knight b4, okay, knight b4.
So why
knight
we
b4.
can't take this anymore?
Wait, knight b4 takes... Well, maybe, okay, the way that the pieces are now... Oh,
Am I
because
blind?
before, now we have rook d6, right? Because before
Why
the
we
queen
did
was
not
just, like,
had it
hanging
before?
on c2. Because I think the queen was just like hanging on c2, right?
Okay, this makes sense because the knight was on here and we, like, the queen was just hanging without a protection. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
We had to figure out. We have to figure out.
Okay.
Nice.
It's interesting though, because it's so weird, because there are many lines where knight b4 is possible, and then just also a bunch where it just does not
So
work
this is
at all,
basically,
so-
yeah, this is basically an idea of just like to defend the queen.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, rook c1. I don't know. It's a very strange move though.
Definitely.
It feels unnatural somehow.
Okay, but like after
Because
queen e6, what else can we do like instead of rook a6? Because this is like after rook d6, I don't know, I don't like the situation. So what we can
queen
do?
e6. Okay, so after queen e6, somebody wants to know how you pronounce your last name.
My last name, Semonavičiūtė. It's Lithuanian, unique surname. I don't think you will hear that anywhere else, unless like you're in Lithuania. Poland has some also long surnames, and Latvia, I think, has some long surnames. So it's Semonavičiūtė.
It's a nice
I can pronounce
name.
it faster.
It sounds like you have like
Semonavičiūtė.
QT at the end.
Semonavičiūtė. I can like make a song out of it. Like, you know, but I think we have a move. Wait, what have I made wrong?
Oh, we have a move?
Yeah, he did not
rook
play
a8.
this.
Rook
Rook
a8.
a8.
This is the move.
But this really makes sense. I mean, I was thinking like about the same, because like, okay, why white should have the open line when we can have it too? Like, there's no threats on the center and nothing is here, so I think it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a good move. It's interesting that Stockfish likes trading off the rooks. For some reason, I would feel like, yeah, it looks wrong, right? You know, moving your rook around 3 times, controlling the a file finally, and then just trading it off.
I'm trying to figure out why it wants us to move this rook away, because it wants us to move it somewhere. Why? I like it here, but there's not a lot of options what you can do here. Taking the pawn is not an option. Knight f5 is not an option. Like, oi, my bad. That was an accident. That was a misclick. Yeah, that's not an option. We're not taking this pawn. So
yeah.
I thought Lithuanians, and I know it's kaite, ute, ite, and then there are so much more. So there are a lot of surname endings, and they. Okay, yeah. Endings, I meant. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, so if he's gonna take, that's a bit weird, because then he's giving up the line. So that's like a bit, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take. So what might he play? Which piece would we like to improve in this position? That's what I'm
these
thinking.
knights, but they don't have. This is so nice for the knight, but this is such a long. Wait, maybe not that much. Bam, bam, bam.
Wait, how are we getting that c5? Okay, you want to go knight f2, d2, b3.
I don't know.
c5.
There's just like an idea.
Knight f3, sorry.
Like, if this would be my game, I would consider it. It looks.
Yeah,
the knight looks
nice
here
square.
good. On c5, knight looks good.
But one problem. I think black
seeing
can always play like queen e6 and knight d7.
Yeah.
And then you're not getting the knight into c5, and then you're like, why did I spend 3 moves moving this time around?
But the knight's not doing anything here, so maybe it's like a good idea to move it here, maybe like somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be. No, I definitely see what you mean, because this knight on f3 feels like, okay, this knight on e3 seems like it's doing something, right? It's controlling a lot of squares in the center.
Yeah.
The knight on f3, I guess it's putting pressure on this e5 pawn, but apart
it's
from that,
defended
it doesn't.
good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's really the best square for the knight. And this, if you could just like grab a piece from anywhere and just like put it onto any square. Like if you could just pick up a piece and move it to any square, I would want to put my knight on c5. It looks like such
nice.
Nice outpost. But I feel like, yeah, if black gets the time to just play something like queen e6 and knight d7 and maybe just trade off.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe this could be a plan at some point.
The chat is saying that they like how we analyze according to our feelings.
Well,
Well,
sometimes you have to do this.
it's like intuition, like when you have the game and then you're like, okay, what they wanted to improve. Like, I don't like this knight. Where I want it to be. Like, c5 looks nice. And then you're just like, okay, maybe I can make that work. Something like that. Can you trade and go d4 yourself? Can we trade and go d4?
But what about what about the pawn on b4? Okay, so
That's not hanging yet.
Yeah, but I think if we go d4, firstly e4.
This one's hanging, but then this one's hanging.
In trouble.
So
and then,
he takes this.
If e takes d4, then what are we going to do? Because we can't take back with the pawn because of the knight on b4, right? So knight takes. Then they take on e4.
But then this one?
Oh, but okay.
I don't know.
Oh, there's weird tactics. If knight b5, knight b4, and then after queen moves.
Whoa, what?
b5 is hanging.
So what if I take
because
this?
You're going to attack the knight on b5.
Is this bad? Should I take it with the pawn? With the pawn?
Yeah, you'd have to take with the pawn, because if the knight takes, then you're going to lose d5, I think. Yeah, and after takes, queen b5.
Oh, this is so weird. Okay. So yeah, so this is like after like trade and before this, but I don't know if they're gonna play this. They seem to be enjoying quite a positional moves, so I don't know if we're gonna see any like tactics. It's nothing too crazy. Women's intuition card played. Yes. I don't know if that was a nice comment or not, or I picked the worst comment, Hannah, because I have that like habit of doing that.
I think that it was okay.
I think that was okay.
I think it was not so bad. There's definitely been worse comments there that we just.
I'm trying not to like, because sometimes I don't understand some words and then I like read it out loud and it's not nice.
You want to read it
and
out
I
loud.
don't want to read not nice things out loud. So.
I used to do that a lot when I was like first streaming. I would just read the comment out loud before reading the whole thing, and I was like, oh, that was surprisingly
not nice. But I still do the same sometimes when I really don't understand what it means, because like English is not my first language, so I don't know all the words, and like I don't speak. I'm not speaking correctly grammatically sometimes, so sometimes some words are surprisingly, and I'm just like, I don't know what it means. If you were trying like to insult me, I don't know what that means. It's not working. So that's sometimes good that I don't know some words.
Well, I think you speak very well. You know, I speak poorly, and English is my first language, so I have no excuse. So.
What do you mean? You speak
I don't know
good.
what I can say about that. Oh, thanks. But a lot of the time I don't make a lot of sense.
What? now he even wrote like, Agne, is it true? And then I read the sentence and I'm like, that's not chess related topic. That's like, no, we're not talking about that. Oh my god. Okay. Don't troll me, because you will be trolled yourself also. So don't do that. I'm quite good with words when I need them. Okay, so what now? Wait, so what we checked? We checked taking. We checked knight here, knight here. I don't know what else. I feel like he's a bit stuck in the situation.
Yeah, I think a lot of moves are okay, but there's nothing that makes you go like, wow, I'm so happy I found this move, because this move is, it's so good. It's one of those positions when you just go, okay, I play this because it's all right and it's the best I can see.
Definitely.
But there's nothing that really jumps out at you as looking really nice. So somebody asked about pawn to c4. Pawn to c4 would hang this b4 pawn, but it looks like we've had a capture. I think he has traded off the rooks.
Ooh, okay.
I heard the capture noise.
And what he's gonna play?
Okay, so we will just get a trade, obviously. Okay.
I don't think he's gonna take this. Wait, the best move right now from Engine is queen b3, actually.
Queen b3. Okay, that actually looks nice because you sort of consolidate a little bit and you defend these pawns.
Then there's also like rook c1, but I don't like this move. I don't know why the Engine wants us to move the rook here. That's
I don't
why.
think rook c1 makes a lot of human sense because we want to put the rook on an open file or a file that is going to open, and the c file looks very, very close for now.
Close.
And just putting it behind this pawn just
maybe Engine thinks that black's gonna play d4 at some point, and then we trade and we have an open line. Maybe that's like for the future somehow.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Actually, rook c1. Yeah, that makes sense if black is going to play d4. But the thing is,
what if
you play rook c1 and they don't play it?
Yeah. What if they take and then our rook is here?
Yeah.
That's not where we want it to be.
Yeah, that's true. Rook c1. They take. Okay, I guess we can say, oh, we'll just move our rook back to d1 again.
I'm not sure. Right now, like what he's gonna play, like, do you think he's gonna play queen b3?
I think queen b3 is possible. Like out of all the moves that I'm looking at, queen b3 looks like the one that makes the most sense.
d4 is the most human too. Well, d4 is a bit, you need to calculate a lot.
Yeah, d4 is also a human move, but it is a tricky line to calculate, and it's going to probably lead it in a lot of trades.
Like,
so
we
look down this
checked it
line
a bit.
where you trade off a pair of knights, you trade off a bunch of pawns. Okay, do you really want to simplify this position to this point?
This is like what it can be.
Already. Yeah, like I think if you're Hans, you don't want to just completely trade down into just.
And then this is like definitely would be a draw. If they want a draw, this is like.
Okay, black is up a pawn, so black is going to push. Black is going to push for the win because they're up a pawn, but it should be a draw. You just have to force on 3.
Wait, sorry.
I mean, easier said than done, but.
True. I don't know if this is like a good idea. A lot of calculations. Yeah, d4 is essentially going to sacrifice the pawn. Yeah, so queen b3 I think is like the most logical idea. But this is like such a positional game. I hate those games. You have to like think a lot. Like stand at the same position almost and like not blunder like some positional thing, you know. Yeah, some knight reroute that you didn't see, or some square that you lost control of, and it's such a pain when this happens. But yeah, I think the grandmasters, they're so good at knowing where the pieces belong, where everything should end up. This positional chess, they do it so well, and something I wish that I was good at. But yeah, I think this will be interesting. Queen b3 looks kind of nice. c4 is apparently a move. Somebody actually suggested c4, and I thought they were crazy because we're just hanging the pawn on b4. So it's just crazy how in a lot of lines you can just allow this pawn on b4 to be captured. But yeah. But then you take this. Looks, yeah. But, so I don't think like this would actually. c4, knight b4. Ooh, we have d4. Okay. We have d4. Wait, when? When? After? When? Right now. Right now. On the board. Oh, d4 is played. Yeah. d4 was played. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought you were saying like we have d4. No. I was like, didn't we just talk about d4? Ooh, this is really exciting. No, I meant that we have it on the board, on like the live board. So he actually played it. So like the whole thing that we just calculated, like the whole bada bada boom. So this might actually happen. Like, like. Change, bam, bada bam, bada bim, bada bam, bada bam, and then white is without a pawn. So. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, d4 is on the board. There's as we looked at, there's a lot of ways that you can just trade a lot of pieces right now, and white might lose a pawn in the process. This is a line that can actually like really, really happen, but then a white is without a pawn. Yeah, this looks really, really interesting. I'm happy to see that we at least get an interesting part of this game with, well, it's been all interesting. How is it shows only like minus 0.10 when you're like without a pawn? Yeah, it's crazy how
sometimes it's okay to be down a pawn, but sometimes it's not.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Okay. So, all right. I'm sorry, but it's getting to 3 a.m.
Yes,
I might
definitely.
Sleep, but you're doing such a good job with the analysis. I think, you know, chat is more than happy enough to be
it's really okay. It's really late for you. I'm like so happy that you stayed the way, like the amount.
Oh, hello, Agne?
Sorry, I muted myself by accident when I like hit the microphone with my hand. So yeah, a bit muted. I was a bit muted. Yes, a bit. That was an accident, dude. That happened. Like I just smacked the microphone with my hand and trying to, like, you know, show you a lot of emotions and gestures. So
thank you. You've been a really pleasure to commentate with. It's so nice to have somebody to commentate with.
Talk
so
to.
Thank you so much. And to talk to and to analyze with. You help me so much because when I'm on my own, I'm like I don't even know what is happening on the board. So help me a lot.
Yeah, sometimes it's a bit tricky, like between like the chat, the live board, the live feed, then like everything else that's happening. And yeah, right now I know that the clocks are like stuck, but yeah, so like something's happening. So okay.
All right. Well, yes. Goodbye to everybody in Hans's chat, Twitch and YouTube. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the game, and I'll maybe check in the chat a little bit later, be seeing what's.
So Hannah's gonna be right now a stalker of how we're doing.
No, I'm not a stalker. I would just be like, okay, if I'm still awake, maybe I just see how the game is going. But all right, have fun, everybody, and I will. Yes, just before I go, sorry for taking so long to leave. But I will be commentating tomorrow's game. So tomorrow's game in the morning, I will be there to commentate, and then Agne and I together for tomorrow evening. And then after that, I think there is a bunch of different commentators coming on. So,
yes, you will get rid of us after tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. Chat will finally be like, okay, thankfully they're gone. Okay, but
yeah, we're gonna be gone.
Bye.
Bye, Hannah. Bye. Have a nice night.
Oh, wait.
I'm switching, so you would not see anything that you don't need to see. And I think this is okay. Like I think, okay, I need the live board, I need the chat back. So the time is not stuck anymore. I can turn off Hannah. Yeah, I can turn Hannah off. So yeah, so we got rid of the Hannah. I'm kidding, by the way. It was amazing to commentate with Hannah. So now it's only us guys left. So this is what can happen, but this is not the actual game yet. He pushed d4, and right now, he took the pawn. Okay, so this is actually what happened. So he took with the pawn. Yeah, he took with the pawn. So this was like the calculation what can happen. The white might be without a pawn at the end of it, so he kind of has to take it with the knight here. There is like also some kind of weird thing that he can take this pawn also, which is like, what is happening here? But this is also this might happen. So this might happen situation, or he might take this, then he takes this, then takes this, exchange, and then white without a pawn. So yeah, these games are federated. See you tomorrow, Hannah. Have a nice sleep. Whoa, what? He actually, wait, chat. He took with the knight this. Okay. So I was like calculating that he's gonna take this, but he took this with the knight. He made a move. Yes, I can see that. So he moved here. They actually went a different line. They went the line that I was looking like the last one, but they went this line. But then they like exchange, and then. So white is right now not without a pawn, but this looks really drawish. This looks really drawish. Yeah, they went like the last line that we were checking. So this looks like like really drawish. 2 pawns versus 2 pawns, rook, rook, queen, queen. Yeah, it was drawish to begin with. Yeah, and white may be a bit passive, but I think that this is what's gonna happen. So he took, so I think we're gonna see take, take. I think this is like what's gonna happen. So I'm just like pre-moving a bit, like, you know, into the future. So yeah, so this is what happened, and boom, ow, I just hit my elbow. That was not necessary to do. So he took this. So I think this is like legit what we're gonna see. So I'm just like removing everything. I think this is what we're gonna see. Do you hear the music, by the way? Is the music okay for you? Because I can make it a bit louder, because I can hear it okay. Because I have a different volume channel, but you might not hear it, or you might hear me too loud, because I'm sometimes such a loud personality, you know? So music is good. Perfecto. I wanted like some chill sound for the game, you know. So I just like removed the lines because I think like this is what's gonna happen, but I don't know if he's gonna exchange. So if he's not exchanging, he can also like play rook d8, which would be one of the options. Just got here trying to pronounce her name, I give up. My name is Semonavichute, but you can call me Agne, that's my like name, like my name. Semonavichute is my surname, and I can pronounce it like so much faster, so you would get like more and more confused with Semonavichute, Semonavichute, Semonavichute. So it's like I can pronounce and pronounce and pronounce, and I think you will get more confused and confused. So you can just call me Agne, and I think that's like okay. That's my surname. My full name is Agne Semonavichute. It's my dad's name, my mom's name, and then it's my name, so. No, it's not my first time commentating in total. It's my first time commentating HANS game, but it's not my first time commentating in like total. So yeah, I like commentating games. Like I tend to find them quite interesting. Cute stands. Like everybody's saying that, so yeah, I can agree on that. Like cute stands for truth. It's cute. Chute. It's like ch at the end. So it's like someone of chute. Like that's Lithuanian end of the surname. But cute works too. New nickname. Yeah, cute. Definitely. Agne Cute is her name. Okay, you can call me Agne Cute. That works too. Cute. I like that. As long as it's nothing too bad, we can work with it. Wait, the timers are a bit stuck. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, the posture is not the best, but you know, like when you're playing a game and when you're like thinking, you don't really think about all of other stuff. Like you only think about the game and how to win the game. So don't really think about like the posture and everything. So do you think Black's gonna exchange right now? Because if he's exchanging, then I think like this is even right now, like 0.00. 0.00. Stream together with Migle. Oh, definitely. We're gonna do stream together with Migle. Definitely. Yeah, I'm a bit sad that I can't stream on my own channel, but it is what it is. Next week, we're gonna come back. I don't want another draw. Well, I don't think anybody wants another draw, but from the way it looks, like I don't know, if he's like exchanging, black pieces look a bit more active than white pieces, so it's interesting. There's now some f4, queen d1. I would like queen d1 right now, maybe. Maybe they're gonna like also like exchange rooks, I don't know. So I don't know if they're gonna exchange, to be honest. Could still be a broad. How does the computer calculate the bar? The computer checks, are you like up the material? And then I think it checks like, are you like up like in positional way? And like in this kind of case, there are no threads for either of them. Like everything looks like the same, like, you know, so everything looks like, even like their pawn structure is like the same, like they're having the same pieces. If they would have like different color bishops, then maybe it would be like different situation. If they would have like bishop versus knight, then maybe it would be like a different situation. But right now they have like everything like the same. So I feel like that's white thinking that it's like draw situation. Yeah, game looks a bit choice. Yeah, that's true. But maybe like after like I don't know if Black is gonna exchange because he can also play here, but they both no, they still both okay with time. I think they have like HANS are having like 30 minutes to end the game, so that's like okay thing. Yeah, +1 is like already it's good. +1 it's already good. +3 it's like you're winning definitely. +1 it's already like usually a bit better positional way, maybe you have like some kind of pawn, so it's like +1. +3 is like good. I see 3 moves. What 3 moves you see? Rook d8, knight takes, yeah, and rook a2. Oh, this is also possible. I have not checked this, but is it really? Oh, he took the knight. So we're gonna take it with the rook, and this is what we're gonna. So this is what we predicted basically. So this is what we're gonna have. What? What? Why? Dude! We have a draw. So Hannah like literally she went away and like legit like in like 5 minutes we got rid of the Hannah and then we agreed on a draw. So okay guys, I think we got rid of the Hannah too early because this was like legit a draw. So much for the fighting. Yeah, I think they could have like still like maybe did maybe like something earlier, like instead of maybe d4, like maybe play something different. I don't know, maybe like take some pawns. Black could have went here, like actually for d4 I think, and this would have been okay. Yes, Hannah, they did drew, and I was just like telling the chat that like we got rid of you too early. Like you just went away and then they like drew like instantly. I don't think we're gonna get an interview. As I understood, they're not doing interviews, so we're just gonna like end the stream in a second. And yeah, I think so. Like, because I don't think they're doing interviews. I think they're not doing that, as understood from the first game and from my instructions given. So I think we're ending the stream, and thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for being here. Second draw. Yes, second draw. Second. I think the Black could have gone here for d4 and maybe like tried something here. This was looking quite okay. But yeah. But it is what it is. We have a draw. And thank you guys everybody for being here. So I might actually still do stream on my channel. This game ended quicker than I expected, so I will most probably gonna start the stream right now on my channel, like after this stream, like maybe like 15 minutes like to make some coffee, and then I think I'm gonna start the stream on my channel. So everybody, my channel is, ooh, that's a hard question. Wait, maybe I can send some I don't know if we have something like host comments or anything, but I can send the channel here. So this is my, yeah, self-ray. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. So yeah, 1 black coffee with like lots of milk. That's what I drink. So yes, it was a draw. So thank you guys everybody, and we are ending the stream now. And thank you. Hannah is gonna be with you here tomorrow in the morning, and then in the afternoon it's gonna be me and Hannah again, and then there's gonna be another people commentating the games. So everything is good. So bye bye guys, I'm ending the stream. 1, 2, 3, we're ending.